I'm going to give you my last take here, and it's about A.J. Green. I think he could finish in the top 10 in 2020. That's my bold
Whoa.
prediction.
I
And it essentially
mean,
comes down to this. Look. It essentially comes down to this. Everything we've ever seen about A.J. Green being on a football field has been absolute dominance. We have more evidence for why Green should be great when he's healthy than not. And 2020 is the year essentially Green burned a whole season for, essentially so this team could tank and he could have a better quarterback. and the hype is real. Joe Burrow is in town. The Bengals have the best quarterback they've had in a long time. And a lot of guys have Joe Burrow projected near 600 pass attempts. I have more at the 560 range in my projections, which is, again, we're not trying to be hot takey at all on those projections, but 560 is a ton of passing volume. But regardless, everyone, including me, believes Cincy will need to throw the ball a lot to stay in games, giving Green plenty of volume opportunity. And if A.J. Green comes back and he's the same old A.J. Green we're used to, he could be a wide receiver one easily in 2020. Listen to some of these stats. In 2018, he was on pace to be the wide receiver 11. So here's his average stat line with Andy Dalton: 5 receptions, 77 yards, and he scored 6 touchdowns in 9 weeks.
wow.
In
I like that.
2017, Green finishes the wide receiver 10. In 2016, before he went down with injury, he was on pace to be the wide receiver 4. In 2015, he was a wide receiver 8. If Burrow really is that good, and Joe Mixon plays the way a lot of people are expecting him to this year, Tyler Boyd, who everybody loves, we love him as a late, mid-round wide receiver option. We took him in our mock draft we did lately. If he remains efficient and slides back into that wide receiver 2 role or even a 1B role, and John Ross can stay healthy to spread the field, sheesh, this Bengals offense could be nice. And they did have the 20th O-line pass blocking grade in 2019 per Football Outsiders, but now the Bengals have their 2019 first-round pick, Jonah Williams, who is back healthy, ready to go after rehabbing a shoulder injury last year. And we already mentioned on the show how great Joe Burrow is under pressure. His passer rating actually went up when the pocket was collapsing in college, which is just unprecedented. So if things fall the right way for A.J. Green, there's a very real world where he's the dominant receiver we've seen every other year of his career, and he is a wide receiver 1. Now, that's the shot that you're going to have to take because, we know Green's health situation. But honestly, there's a lot worse that you could do late in your drafts than A.J. Green.
Yeah, I mean, think about last year. People took him in the 4th, 5th round, and he didn't play a single snap. Steph, while I'm giving you my rebuttal, you might not have it pulled up. Maybe you do. Can you have A.J. Green's ADP and some of the names around him?
Yeah.
Can you get those pulled up? I'm just interested to see the kind of names going in his range to see if I'd be willing to take a shot on Green. But I love what you said. Like, there's no reason to believe that if A.J. Green, the big if is if he can stay healthy. If he stays healthy, like he's going to return on value. Right now, I have him as my wide receiver 20, which I'm actually surprised I had him that high. But
Wow.
at this point in his career, with an upgraded quarterback like you said, and Joe Burrow, there's no reason to believe he can't get it done. All we've ever seen from him, I remember several years ago, was like A.J. Green or Julio Jones, and those two guys were always kind of like in the same tier at the wide receiver position. Julio obviously kind of took that next step forward, but A.J. Green was not far behind. He has had trouble staying on the field in the last 2 seasons, but for me, if he stays healthy, I 110% agree with you that he can and will be a wide receiver 1 if he plays 16 full games in 2020.
Yeah, even if he plays 15 or 14 games, I think he could still get
There's
there.
a shot. Yeah.
Right now, at his ADP, he's going at let me make sure this is PPR, so yes, it is. He's going at the wide receiver 28. I have him in my rankings at the wide receiver 30, and you have him at 21. I mean, essentially, the question is his health. That's gonna have to be a risk you're willing to take, but that could be a league-winning pick. Imagine if you grab A.J. Green in the, call it, 7th round, and you end up getting a wide receiver 1 from that. I think that could be fantastic value if he hits. And some of the names around there, just wanted to bring those up. So Tyler Boyd is actually just 3 spots below him at wide receiver 31. So Tyler Boyd or A.J. Green, that's a question that we can answer. What do you think, Alex?
I'll take the shot on A.J. Green. I think Tyler Boyd does have standalone value, really good value this season. But look, if you're looking at if we're drafting this guy to be our flex, why not take A.J. Green? If something happens and A.J. Green gets hurt, You can stream guys in your flex. Steph and I'll plug it again. Listen to our deep shots of the week during the season. We started guys like Steven Sims, Russell Gage, Darius Slayton last year. Guys getting 20, 30 points a week based on matchup, based on maybe an injury in front of him in the depth chart. So flex for me is a position I feel like I can piece together. Give me AJ Green in the flex. If he stays healthy, he does have that potential to return on that value. And if he doesn't, I'll figure something out.
So real quickly, some other names here right around AJ Green's ADP right now. Deebo Samuel right behind him at wide receiver 29. Jarvis Landry at wide receiver 30. Even some above him. Look at Terry McLaurin at wide receiver 27. I think we'll both take McLaurin over AJ Green every single day of the week. But now look at some other names here. Devontae Parker, T.Y. Hilton, Stephon Diggs. I think you can certainly do worse for your wide receiver 3 or 4. You have flex name that you're looking at as an option week in, week out. And if he hits, I mean, if he hits, he'll be on championship rosters, no question, because he'll be on the fringe wide receiver 1 range.
And so will Joe Burrow.
And so will Joey Burrows.